Hello everybody, welcome to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH, and this is discussion 6, Inventories Part 4, and we will be talking about gross profit and retail inventory method. This is our last discussion for the lesson on inventories. At the end of the video, you should be able to calculate estimated inventory cost under gross profit method and calculate estimated inventory cost under retail inventory method. Before anything else, please like, share, and subscribe to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH and hit the notification bell button to alert you of the latest video lessons. For all of your questions, comments, and suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And for webinar and speakership invites, please send me a message at kevintroy.chua1994@gmail.com. Thank you very much for your utmost support for Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH. And may these videos continue to help students in their online learning and academic development. May these videos continue to help teachers in enhancing their lesson plans and teaching methodologies. Okay, I think we're ready to start. So in the last lesson, we discussed the measurement of inventories under lower of cost and net realizable value. And now we will be discussing inventory estimation. Immediate information about inventory is sometimes needed where an immediate physical count is deemed to be impossible due to some circumstances. So parang ang dating po ay kailangan na natin ng inventory information ngayon din. Okay? Pero it's not possible for a company na agad-agad magkaroon din po ng physical count. So the best way for an entity to determine the amount of inventory on hand at the end of the period or at the period under consideration is through estimation. Okay? And to estimate inventory value, the entity can either use either of the two. Okay? So, inulit ko lang yung either, no? Okay, so we have the gross profit method and the retail inventory method. So we will be talking about those two methods today. Okay, so this is our last discussion which talks about estimation of inventory in any case na kailangan ng company ng agarang information about inventory without having to go through the tedious physical count. And well, physical count is really time-consuming. When we need immediate information, the only way that a company can get the amount of inventory at the end of the period, and again, or maybe the period under consideration, is really through estimation. Okay, so again, we have two methods. We have the gross profit method and the retail inventory method. Okay, so para saan po ba ginagamit yung atin pong estimates ng inventory value? Okay, first use niya po is through or for interim financial statements. Okay, when we say interim financial statements, these are financial statements that are prepared and what we report is a period shorter than 1 year. Okay, you will be learning about the preparation of interim financial statements in your intermediate accounting part 3. And then, ginagamit din po natin siya sa reasonableness test ng inventory. Ito naman po, medyo exception to the rule. Pag inventory reasonableness, meron naman po tayong physical count ng inventory na available information. Pero, gagamitin po natin yung ating inventory estimation methods. Iko-compare po natin yung lalabas sa estimation natin versus sa ating pong physical count. Kung medyo magkalapit lang sila, wala tayong problema. Okay? Or maybe kung talagang ang lalabas ay sakto, mas maganda, di ba? But kapag ka masyadong malayo yung difference or when the difference is material for the company, then kailangan mag-call ng investigation kasi baka nagkakaroon tayo ng inventory overage na sobra yung nare-record nating inventory, or pwedeng nagkakaroon tayo naman ng inventory shortage naman na meron pala tayong kulang na inventory na kailangan nating i-investigate. Okay? So, pwede nating magamit yung inventory estimation para malaman kung reasonable ba yung amount ng inventory na nasa accounting records natin. And then lastly, we also need estimates on times of catastrophe and other extraordinary circumstances like typhoons, floods, and fire. So, syempre, we also need to calculate yung inventory na nawala sa atin dahil nagkasunog, wag naman sana, or nagkaroon ng baha, wag naman sana, or nagkaroon ng bagyo na hindi natin inaasahan, yung mga ganong pangyayari, and yung business or yung inventory natin, syempre, affected. And as owners and managers, syempre, kailangan po ng information magkano yung nawalang inventory sa atin. So, actually, marami pang pwedeng usage ng inventory value estimates, pero dyan siya usually pinaka ginagamit. Okay, so let's first talk about po yung tinatawag nating gross profit method. The gross profit method allows expressing and using a gross profit percentage based on either cost of goods sold or net sales to estimate inventory value. So, gagamit po tayo ng gross profit rate. Pag sinabing gross profit rate, ilang percent ba yung gross profit based on either sales or cost of goods sold? Okay? Depende sa company kung ano yung mas ginagamit nila. Okay? Ano po ang nagiging basis natin ng gross profit rate? Siyempre sa accounting records natin at saka yung ating patterns of past practice. Okay? So, yung mga dati nating records din, titignan natin, ano ba yung usual average gross profit rate na isang company for how many months or for how many years na dumaan? Do we maintain 40% gross profit rate? Do we maintain 30%? Do we maintain 60%? So, depende sa company. Now, the gross profit rate can either be expressed as gross profit rate based on net sales or gross profit rate based on the cost of the inventory. Okay? So, to further elaborate ano yung sinasabi natin gross profit rate based on sales and based on cost, mag-example tayo ng may numero para hindi kayo nag-i-imagine. Okay? Kasi kayo hilig nyo mag-imagine, wala namang kayo. Okay, joke lang. Example number 1. An entity during the prior period reported net sales of 6 million and cost of goods sold of 4,800,000. At what percentage will the gross profit be represented if the gross profit rate is based on letter A, net sales, and letter B, cost of goods sold? Okay, so try natin si net sales. And then, tsaka natin i-compute based naman sa cost. Okay? So, i-compute muna natin yung the usual thing na alam nyo, which is net sales minus cost of goods sold. That's your gross profit. Okay? Now, first, if the gross profit rate is based on sales, automatically your net sales will be represented at 100%. If you will be going back to fundamentals of ABM Part 2 sa ating FS analysis, dun sa ating vertical analysis on income statement, di ba, ang net sales yung ating 100%. So, ganun lang din po natin i-apply yan dito. Since your base amount is your net sales, it will be represented by 100%. Okay, so what will be your percentage representation for cost of goods sold? 4,800,000 divided by 6 million, which will give you 80%. Okay? And then for gross profit, it's either 1,200,000 divided by 6 million, you will get 20%, or simply 100% minus 80% is 20%. Okay? It will just give you the same yield. Now, what about the gross profit rate based on cost? Now, kung titignan nyo mabuti yung phrase, the gross profit rate is based on cost. Saan daw po nakabase? Sa cost. Dahil sa cost siya nakabase, your 100% at this point of your analysis would be at the cost of goods sold, 100%. Okay? Ang 100% natin, ang base natin, nasa cost. Okay. So, since ito ang 100% natin, paano ang gagawin natin? 1,200,000 divided by 4,800,000. Yun po yung 25% naman siya kasi based on cost na siya. Okay? Now, how do we get for the net sales? It's either you divide 6 million to the base amount of 4,800,000, which will give you 125%, or simply add the two. 25% plus 100%, your net sales is represented by 125%. Okay? So, actually, the effect is just the same. It's just that this one is the gross profit rate is based on sales. So your base rate is your net sales. And then this one is the gross profit rate is based on cost. So your 100% is on cost of goods sold. Okay? So, ganyan nyo po lalaruin yung percentages. Now, to further elaborate ulit, let's have another example. How much is the entity's estimated cost of goods sold? So, ang pinapakompute naman po sa inyo, cost of goods sold, for the period if net sales amounts to 10 million and then the gross profit is case 1, 60% pero based on sales yung gross profit. And then case 2, 60% din pero naka-based on cost naman. Okay? So, for case 1, this is your answer. Your net sales is 10 million. Ang sabi po natin sa case 1, based on sales yung 60%. Dahil based on sales, yung 100% mo ay makikita natin sa net sales. So, simply do all subtractions and multiplications. Okay? So, if 100% po yung net sales natin and then ang gross profit rate natin is 60%, automatically your cost of goods sold rate is 40%. So you just try to multiply. 10 million multiplied by 40% is 4 million. Then to get the gross profit, 10 million minus 4 million is 6 million, or 10 million multiplied by 60%, 6 million. Okay? Ganun lang po. But since ang tanong sa inyo sa problem is how much is the cost of goods sold, the answer is 4 million, which is 10 million multiplied by cost percentage of 40%. Now, for case 2, ang sabi naman sa inyo is based on cost. So, ang mangyayari sa atin, nasa cost yung 100% natin. Okay? So, ang gross profit natin ay 60% pero based on cost. So, your net sales is 160%. How do we get the cost of goods sold? If 10 million is represented by 160%, you just simply divide it. 10 million divided by 1.6. Again, that's 10 million divided by 1.6. So that will give you 6,250,000, and then just do the subtraction. 10 million minus 6,250,000, that's 3,750,000. Okay, so the answer for case 2, the cost of goods sold when 60% based on cost po yung ating gross profit rate, the cost of goods sold is 6,250,000. Okay, let's try to play some more about the percentages with example number 3. From the calculation below, if gross profit rate based on sales is 60%, what is the gross profit rate based on cost? So, pinapa-transform naman po sa atin kasi the gross profit rate is based on sales. Paano mo siya i-express ng equivalent percentage niya kung ang gross profit rate is based on cost? So, ang mangyayari, yung cost of goods sold mo ngayon ang magiging 100%. Okay? So, saan nakabase? Dun sa 4 million. So, 10 divided by 4, that's 2.5. Okay? And then 6 divided by 4, that is 1.5. Okay? So, actually, pareho lang siya ng effect. Kasi, either ito gamitin mo or ito gamitin mo, ito ang lalabas na amount. Yun nga lang, this one is your gross profit rate based on sales, then the other one is your gross profit rate based on cost. Okay? Let's have another example. From the calculation below, if gross profit rate is based on 60% based on cost naman po yung ating gross profit rate, ano naman yung equivalent percentage niya kung gross profit rate based on sales? So, since based on sales, yung 100% mo ay nasa net sales. So, simply divide. 6,250,000 divided by 10 million, that is 62.5%. And 3,750,000 divided by 10 million, that is 37.5%. Or you simply deduct 100% minus 62.5% is 37.5%. Okay. Pag nalilito, balik lang dun sa video mula uli example 1, 2, 3, 4 kasi yung pong mga techniques na yan yung gagamitin natin in solving problems on inventory estimation. Kung hindi pa naiintindihan, balikan lahat ng sinabi ko mula example 1. But if you're ready, then let's continue. Okay, so you already know the standard CGS formula coming from a merchandising type of business. And actually, this is the lower portion of the manufacturing naman na type ng business. Actually, halos pareho lang sila. No? So, we start with your beginning inventory, which is available for sale, na naabutan mo sa warehouse at the start of the period. And then, i-add mo lahat ng binili mo during the period. Okay? If you have this inventory at the the start of the period, tapos bumili ka pa, then that represents all of the goods that you can sell during that period. Okay? Then you deduct lahat po ng natira, which is your ending inventory. If this is the amount that you can sell to your customers, and then ito po ang natira, the difference between them is syempre yung nabenta mo, which is cost of goods sold. Alam nyo na yan. That's the standard cost of goods. That's the standard formula, okay, for cost of goods sold. But now, what will be our inventory estimation formula? Ang ini-estimate po natin, remember, is your ending inventory. So, pagbabalik ta rin natin yung dalawa. Okay? So, cost of goods available for sale, lahat ng pwede mong ibentang inventory at the period minus lahat ng nabenta mo. Syempre, ang difference yung natira sa'yo. Sir, paano natin kukunin tong cost of goods sold para makuha natin yung estimated amount ng ending inventory? That's the time that we will be using all of the techniques that we learned earlier. Kung paano kunin yung cost of goods sold galing sa gross profit rate based on sales or based on cost. Depende sa company situation. Okay? So, tandaan nyo lang tong formulang to, and that's the formula that would be used at the totality ng ating discussion for gross profit method. Awesome. Okay. Let's have some problems, your very, very favorite part. Okay, for problem number 1, Solion Merchandising would like to estimate their inventory balance during the period without the need for an actual inventory count. So, kailangan daw ni Solion Merchandising ng inventory balance, pero wala na daw time para mag-actual count, no? Now, historically, ang kanilang na-experience na gross profit is 40% based on sales. So, if they're confident na laging ganyan, then we can say that the inventory estimation is close to the actual count. Okay? Kung confident ang company na laging 40% na maintain nila, then, I think that the estimated amount of inventory that we can get is approximate or close to the actual count kung sakaling magkakaroon ng actual count. Now, records show the following information. Net sales is 12 million, net purchases is 6 million, and beginning inventory is 2,500,000. Let's compute for the ending inventory balance na estimated. Okay, we start with this point. Now, our net sales is 12 million. Ang sabi po natin, the gross profit rate is 40% based on sales. So, ang 100% natin is nasa net sales. Automatically, your cost of goods sold rate is 60%. Paano natin kukunin ngayon yung cost of goods sold? So, you just simply multiply 12 million to 60%. Ang lalabas po is 7,200,000. And then, to get gross profit, you just multiply 12 million by 40% or you just simply get the difference between the two. Pero ang kailangan po nating information is cost of goods sold. Okay? So, kung 40% po ang ating gross profit rate, then automatically, 60% po ang ating cost of goods sold rate. So, 12 million multiplied by 60%, that is 7,200,000. And we're now ready to compute for the estimated balance of ending inventory. We start with your beginning inventory of 2,500,000, this one. And then add po natin yung ating net purchases na 6 million. Lahat po ng pwedeng ibenta during the period is 8,500,000. Ma-minus po natin yung nabenta na natin, which is 7,200,000. The estimated cost of ending inventory is just the difference between the two, which is 1,300,000. Now, saan po natin gagamitin yan? Kunyari, Solion Merchandising would like to do a reasonableness test of their inventory. Let's say, for example, the actual count of inventory is 1,270,000. So, may difference lang na 30,000. The company can investigate yung 30,000 na discrepancy. If it's not material for the company, then I think our inventory balance is reasonable. But if the company thinks na yung 30,000 pong yun is kailangan ng proper investigation, then they may also do so. Okay? After all, lahat naman po ng discrepancies kailangan sinosolve para wala po tayong problema. Parang sa love, di ba? Lahat ng gusot, lahat ng hindi pagkakaunawaan, dapat inaayos para hindi tayo nagkakaproblema. Okay, balik na tayo sa lesson. Mag-aral muna kayo. Okay, Next problem tayo. Okay, problem number 2. A fire razed the warehouse of gym and merchandising. Fire! Joke lang. Okay. During the period, records available before the incident were as follows. So, binigyan po tayo ng income statement elements bago nagkasunog. Siyempre, bago nagkasunog, yan yung kanilang balanse, di ba? Alangan naman nakapag-record ka pa habang nasusunog. Okay? Gross profit is 25% based on cost. Oh, tingnan nyo mabuti ha. Yung problem natin ngayon, based on cost. Some loyal and dedicated warehouse personnel, nakita nila nung nasusunog na, magsalba tayo ng konting gamit para sa kumpanya. Okay? So, they were able to save some inventory items, and then upon checking, the cost of the inventory na na-save nila is 1,230,000. How much yung nawala sa company nung nagkasunog? So, wag naman sana, discussion purposes lang po ito, pero syempre, hindi natin maiwasan, di ba? Na nagkakasunog talaga minsan sa may mga nababalitaan kayong ganun minsan sa TV, di ba? So, yun, nasunog ang factory ng ganito, ng ganyan. So, ito po yung mga scenarios na yon. Okay? Sige. Let's compute for the inventory loss from fire using this problem. Okay, the first step is the same. Let's talk about your sales first. So, gross sales of 15,650,000. Ma-minus po natin yung sales returns na 650,000. Diretso na po tayo na net sales, 15 million. Sir, meron po tayong sales allowances and sales discount. Bakit hindi po kinonsider? Okay. In inventory estimation, hindi po natin kinoconsider yung ating sales allowances and sales discount kasi wala pong physical flow ng goods dyan eh. Ang sales returns, oo, bumalik sa atin yan eh. No? Binalik ng customer talaga yan. Pero ang sales allowances kasi, balik tayo sa definition ng sales allowances. Nagbigay na lang tayo ng allowance as a deduction to our sales, pero the buyer keeps the inventory although they are dissatisfied. Okay? So, yung sales natin, pabawas na lang na effect yun kasi nagbigay na lang tayo ng allowance. Okay? Pag sales discount naman, ano nga po yung sales discount? Deduction lang yan sa price na marireceive nating cash. Pero there is really no physical flow of inventory there. So, ang i-consider lang po natin yung sales return. Kasi dyan po tayo may physical flow of inventory. So, ang i-consider po natin sa analysis is just your net sales of 15 million. Again, hindi po kasama si sales allowances and sales discount. Okay? Now, ang sabi po sa atin, the gross profit is 25% based on cost. So, ang 100% po natin is nasa cost of goods sold. Automatically, your net sales is 125%. Paano po natin kukunin si cost of goods sold? Yung technique lang natin kanina, 15 million divided by 1.25. Again, that's 15 million divided by 1.25. Your cost of goods sold is 12 million. Yan po yung gagamitin natin sa analysis mamaya. Ba't mamaya pa? Ito na ngayon na. Okay. So, ganito na po. Ang beginning inventory natin is 7 million. Add po natin yung purchases natin na 9,540,000. And then add po natin yung freight in. Remember, ganyan po ginagawa natin, di ba? Freight in is an adjunct account to purchases. So, ina-add po siya. Less lahat po ng contra purchases po natin. Purchase returns, purchase allowances, and purchase discounts. Sir, bakit sa purchases? Minus po, hindi lang yung returns, pati yung allowances tsaka discounts. Kasi dyan, class, precise tayo. Talagang nagkaroon ng returns, ng allowances, ng discounts. Precise tayo sa amounts dyan. Hindi na tayo nag-estimate dyan at that point. Hindi tayo nag-estimate. Kasi talagang yan yung nasa records natin ng beginning inventory, ng purchases, ng freight in, ng returns, allowances, discounts. Okay? Precise tayo dyan eh. Pero, kapag ang ine-estimate na natin yung ending inventory, dapat yung mismong actual flow lang talaga ng goods. Okay? Kasi itong cost of goods available for sale natin, precise yan. Dahil yan na nasa inventory and accounting records natin di ba? So, yan na po yung cost of goods available for sale, 16,740,000. We deduct your cost of goods sold of 12 million. Okay, so ganito. Ang nasa isip ngayon ng company, nasunog yung factory, nasunog yung warehouse. Ang unang papasok sa company, hala yung inventory natin. Siyempre, ang unang papasok sa isip nila, hala lahat ng inventory natin, 16,740,000. Yun yung nasa records di ba? So, siyempre may isip ng company, hala nasunog ba lahat yun? First thing that you need to consider, siyempre nakapagbenta naman tayo bago masunog. So, nabenta na natin is worth 12 million. Ay, salamat. Nakapagbenta na nga pala tayo. Ibig sabihin yung nabenta natin, nasa buyer na yan. So, nailabas na natin yan sa warehouse. Hindi yan nasunog. Kasi nasa, nasa buyer yan eh. So, ba-minus natin yon. So, nung una, iniisip ng company, baka nasunog lahat ng 16,740,000. Pero hindi, may nabenta tayo na 12 million galing sa analysis natin kanina. So, feeling nila, ang affected by fire, 4,740,000. Pero, check natin, meron tayong mga magigiting na mga trabahador na nakapag-save ng amounting to 1,230,000. So, kung feeling natin ang nawala sa ating inventory is 4,740,000, pero ang na-save naman or rescued inventory is 1,230,000, ang nawala lang po sa atin is worth 3,510,000. Saan po ngayon ginagamit tong inventory loss due to fire? Siyempre, number 1, kailangan po i-record din yan ng company as part of the accounting records, 'di ba? Kasi ito po yung nawala sa atin. Pero siyempre, yung nasunog, hindi na natin mako-compute yung physical count talaga niya kasi nasunog na nga talaga eh. 'Di ba? So the only way that the company can record this is through estimation. Okay. Tsaka kung maririnig nyo sa balita, 'di ba? Kunyari may mga nasusunog na warehouse or mga nasusunog na factory, ang estimated na, 'di ba, binabalita 'yon. Ang estimated na nasunog or na inventory, hindi ganoon eh. Parang nasunog, 'di ba, nagigets nyo ako? Alam ko nagigets nyo ako. Hindi ko lang masabi yung word, no? Pero 'di ba sa mga news report, parang nakakapag-report sila ng estimated amount ng nasunog na inventory, nung nasunog na factory or nasunog na warehouse. Paano kinukuha yon? Ganitong procedure po yon. Ang halaga ng nasirang ari-arian sa baha o ang halaga ng natupok ng apoy ay ganitong halaga. So, yung mga nababalita po natin ay mabilis na aksyon ng mga accountant po yon. Okay? So, yan po yung pinapresent sa ating mga news report. Okay? The inventory loss due to fire is 3,510,000. Okay, yun lang po. At we can now proceed to your retail inventory method. Retail inventory method is an inventory estimation method that applies retail or the sales price. Pag sinabi po natin retail price, that's the selling price. So we use that information to determine its relationship with the cost and ultimately the estimated ending inventory. So two sides po yung titignan natin dito, the cost of the inventory and the retail price of the inventory pag nasa selling area siya. Magkano ang selling price niya. Okay? The retail inventory method is applicable for industries that has numerous product offers and variety of goods na mahirap pong mag-monitor ng cost isa-isa. Okay? Okay? It would be too burdensome for the company to monitor cost one by one. So, ang example po nun is grocery at saka department store. Okay, so what will be the formula? Beginning inventory at retail. Ayan ha, retail, ibig sabihin at selling price. Add po natin si net purchases also at selling price or at retail price. So, syempre, since both at retail prices yan, ang makukuha po natin is cost of goods available for sale, syempre at retail price din. Hindi na po natin siya i-compare sa cost of goods sold dahil naka-retail price po ito, ang comparison niya sa mismong selling price, net sales. Okay? You will get your estimated ending inventory at retail price. Paano natin ngayon makukuha yung ending inventory, yung mismong cost niya? So, you multiply it by the cost to retail ratio. Paano kunin yung cost to retail ratio? Mamaya malalaman nyo sa ating mga calculations, and that is your ending inventory at cost. Paano kunin ang cost to retail ratio? Goods available for sale at cost divided by goods available for sale at retail prices. To further elaborate, let's have some problems. But before that, allow me to present you Nailusot ko yun. Okay, allow me to present you three methods of retail inventory estimation. So we have conservative, average, and FIFO. For the conservative method, it considers all of the effects of price markups or pagtaas ng presyo, but it does not consider lahat ng pagbaba ng presyo or the price markdowns. Pag average method, lahat kino-consider. Markup, markdown, kasama. Pag FIFO method naman, ang cost to retail ratio natin is kinukuha lang based on current period purchases. Hindi natin kino-consider sa beginning inventory. Kasi ang assumption natin dyan, lahat ng markup and markdown is ina-apply lang naman natin sa current period inventory, which is your purchases during the period. Okay? So, yung beginning inventory, hindi daw affected nun. Yun ang kine-claim ng FIFO method. Okay? So, to further elaborate, promise, ito na talaga. Let's have another problem for that. Okay. Problem number 3. The following information was made available by Meow Company. So, you have your beginning inventory. You also have there your purchases and then additional markup. Ibig sabihin ng additional markup, pagtaas ng presyo. Okay? Tumaas pa yung presyo. Yung selling price. Pag sinabi namang markup cancellation, pagbaba ng presyo pero hindi ka bababa sa original selling price. Pagka naman po markdown, pagbaba ng presyo. Pero pag markdown cancellation, slight na pagtaas ng presyo na nakakancel niya yung ginawang markdown pero hindi ka tataas naman dun sa naging original price galing sa markdown. Okay? So, and then you also have your sales and then sales returns, allowances, and discounts. Let's provide an estimate of the ending inventory of the company under these three methods, and let's solve them one by one. Okay, so first is let's talk about the conservative method, and this is your calculation for that. Wag kayong malula, step-by-step tayo. Okay. Step by step, I mean. Okay, so beginning inventory natin is gagawa tayo ng dalawang columns actually. So your beginning inventory is 965,000 and then at retail price is 1,227,650. Okay? Pareho mong i-consider both at cost at retail. Then also your net purchases of 2,598,657 and then at retail price it's 3,300,296. Ang sabi po natin sa conservative method, ang atin lang pong kino-consider lahat ng markup. So your additional markup will be added. Bakit po ina-add ang additional markup? Kasi po pagtaas siya ng presyo. Then ide-deduct naman po natin yung markup cancellation kasi markup cancellation is a slight reduction in price na kinakancel niya yung markup na nangyari. So ma-minus po natin si 32,667. Again, in conservative method, hanggang markup information lang. So, this is your goods available for sale under conservative method. At cost, 3,563,657 and at retail prices, 4,608,779. You get the cost to retail ratio, and how do we do that? We divide the goods available for sale at cost and the goods available for sale at retail. So, 3,563,657 divided by 4,608,779, you will get your conservative cost to retail ratio of 77.32%. To be much more precise, ang ginamit ko po ay 4 decimal places for your percentages. Kasi naka-Excel ako no? Para lang mas precise yung ating calculations. Okay? So, baka magkaroon tayo ng konting discrepancy when we are using manual calculations in the calculator kasi naka-Excel po ako sa aking example. Okay, so again, excuse me. Let's bring down po yung conservative goods available for sale. Tapos, i-apply na natin naman lahat ng markdown. So, kung mapapansin nyo, kinuha muna natin si cost to retail ratio gamit dun sa hanggang markup information lang. Pero i-effect mo pa rin si markdown pababa. After mo nga lang makuha si cost to retail ratio. Okay? So, markdown pabawas kasi pabawas yan ng presyo. And then, ina-add natin si markdown cancellation kasi it's a cancellation of the markdown. So, it's a slight na increase in price naman. Okay? So, just do the effects. That's 3,563,657 and then 4,533,003. Now, you deduct, okay, so ito na po ngayon yung ating cost of goods available for sale at retail. Pero ang kailangan natin kasing inventory information at cost, okay? So, i-compare natin siya ngayon sa net sales. 2,896,745 minus sales returns of 125,697, same rules. Hindi din po natin i-consider si allowance tsaka si discount, okay? So, if this is your cost of goods available for sale at retail prices, less your net sales, then 1,761,955 is your ending inventory at retail price. Let's express it at cost. So, you multiply it dun sa nakuha mo kanina na cost to retail ratio na 77.3232%. Your ending inventory at cost is 1,362,460 centavos. Okay? That's how you do it under the conservative method. Let's now do it under the average method. Pag average method naman po, lahat i-consider mo na. Markup at saka markdowns. Okay, so same starting point, beginning inventory. Same din po, net purchases. At dire-diretso na po ang analysis natin. Add the markup, less the markup cancellation, less the markdown, add the markdown cancellation, and that is your goods available for sale. Again, pag average method, lahat kino-consider na. Both markup and markdown. Okay? Pag nakuha na po natin yung cost of goods available for sale, dun pa lang po tayo magko-compute ng cost to retail ratio. Same process, 3,563,657 divided by 4,533,003 will give you an average cost to retail ratio of 78.6158%. Bring down again your goods available for sale. This is your cost of goods available for sale at retail. Minus po natin yung net sales natin. That is your ending inventory at retail. And same process, you multiply it po sa ating cost to retail ratio. And your ending inventory at cost is 1,385,175.19 under the average method. So if you will be looking and comparing to average method versus the conservative method, pag conservative method, markup lang ang in-apply bago kunin ang cost to retail ratio, bago dumiretso ng markdown. Pero, pag average method, lahat kino-consider markup and markdown bago kumuha ng cost to retail ratio. Okay, so let's do the last one, which is your FIFO retail method. Pag FIFO naman po, ang sabi natin is the cost to retail ratio is just obtained from the current purchases made. Okay, so ang uunahin nating information si net purchases. Si purchases lang ang concern natin kasi. Okay, net purchases as to cost and as to retail, then same. Add the markup, deduct the markup cancellation, deduct the markdown, and add the markdown cancellation. You will just get the information na purchases during the period with an assumption that the markups and the markdowns were applied on the current purchases only. Okay? So, sa purchases nyo lang po kukunin ang cost to retail ratio. Okay? So, 2,598,657 divided by 3,305,353, it will give you a FIFO cost to retail ratio of 78.6197%. Bring down again your purchases during the period, and that's the time that you add now your beginning inventory to get your goods available for sale. Same process na po siya. Dideduct na po natin yung net sales dun sa ating goods available for sale at retail. You will get your ending inventory at retail. Then you multiply it sa nakuha po natin na cost to retail ratio under FIFO, which is 78.6197%. Your ending inventory at cost is 1,385,242.88. Remember, pag FIFO po, nakadepende lang po ang ating cost to retail ratio sa current purchases lang po. Bago natin i-add si beginning inventory to get your goods available for sale. But again, the cost to retail ratio is based only on the purchases during the period. I hope you understand our lesson today, and our next lesson is about IAS 16, Property, Plant, and Equipment. Again, please like, share, and subscribe to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH, and hit the notification bell button to alert you of the latest video lessons. For all of your questions, comments, and suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And for webinar and speakership invites, please send me a message at kevintroy.chua1994@gmail.com. This has been Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH College Edition. This is Intermediate Accounting Part 1. To God be all the glory, honor, and praise. Thank you and have a great day. Sarangeo.